Most people think a front-facing camera is enough until something happens on the side of the car that they just can't prove. That is exactly where this ZMOPO D435 tries to step in. It is a 4-camera setup that basically turns your vehicle into a surveillance hub. You get the front, the back, and both sides covered all at once. It is a lot of hardware to stick to your windshield, but if you are the type of person who worries about parking lot dings or sideswipe accidents, having that extra peace of mind is pretty hard to argue with. What stands out right away is the sheer amount of glass this thing is watching. It is not just a wide-angle lens, it is a full 360-degree approach. The front cameras are adjustable, which is a nice touch because every windshield has a different slope, and being able to tweak the angle means you aren't just recording your own rearview mirror. The night vision is surprisingly decent too. It uses 8 infrared lights, and while it won't turn pitch black into broad daylight, it does a solid job of pulling detail out of shadows where cheaper sensors would just show a grainy mess. The WDR tech helps keep things balanced, so you aren't blinded by oncoming headlights or harsh street lamps. Now, here is the reality of the setup. You are going to be dealing with a fair amount of cabling to get all 4 channels running properly. It is not exactly a 5-minute job to hide everything cleanly, but once it is in, it just works. The 5G Wi-Fi is a massive help here. Trying to pull footage off a card on a phone usually feels like a chore, but the transfer speeds are snappy enough that you can actually grab a clip and share it without waiting forever. It also uses a supercapacitor instead of a traditional battery, which is a smart move. It handles extreme heat way better, so you don't have to worry about the thing swelling up or failing after a hot summer day parked in the sun. There are a couple of things to keep in mind, though. If you want the full 24-hour parking protection, you have to pick up the hardwire kit separately, which feels like a bit of a missed opportunity to include it in the box. Also, the GPS logger is an optional add-on. If you really want that speed and location data stamped on your files, you have to buy that piece separately too. It is a bit of a modular approach, which keeps the base price lower, but it does mean you might end up spending more than you initially planned. The loop recording is standard, and the incident lock is sensitive enough to catch a bump without triggering every time you hit a pothole, which is a relief. Honestly, for anyone driving a larger vehicle like an RV or a truck, or even just someone who wants total coverage in a busy city, this thing is a heavy hitter. It is not the most discreet piece of tech you will ever mount, but it is incredibly thorough. If you can handle the cable management, it is a pretty robust way to make sure you have eyes on every single angle of your car.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.